is Sweatshop Book Club 15. This week we are venturing again away from strength and conditioning, athletic performance into astrophysics. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, better known as Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. You have to say it really, really fast or it doesn't work. 2017 was a New York Times #1 bestseller. This book is something that is highly digestible, that allows you and affords you the ability to be competent in astrophysics or physics in a manner in which you can talk about it, conversate about it, converse about it, whatever you want to say. The concern here is that there's a lot going on: pulsars, quasars, you name it, quarks, neutrons, protons, those are atomic stuff, planets, ellipses of what we thought was heliocentric, what we thought was geocentric rather, and what's heliocentric now, discovering other galaxies, using radio waves, microwaves, things of that nature. There's a lot going on in this book, and it is very daunting to look at physics or astrophysics within that lens and try to discern anything if someone's talking about it, and really have a good grasp of what's going on. This book affords you that luxury to say, hey, something about some black holes and even some periodic table, this and that. The first chapter is really funny. It is the Big Bang, right? But the name of the chapter is The Greatest Story Ever Told. I really like Neil deGrasse Tyson's voice. If you ever heard him in an interview or on TV or anything, this reads like he talks. It's very colorful, it's very fun. There's a lot of jest in this, and I really like how he reads, how this reads, and I really like how he writes. The last chapter, chapter 12, I almost feel like he's showing off a little bit of his colorful writing and the impact astrophysics has had in his life, but also us as a culture, society, as a planet, as a galaxy, as we know it. So #1 chapter is called Greatest Story Ever Told. Goes over the Big Bang. There's a lot of description of stuff going on here, there, that, and the other. A lot of really cool things: weak nuclear forces, some decay, some explosions. There's the Planck areas in here. It references a lot of things, and there's so much detail. And then on page 20, he says, a trillionth of a second has passed since the beginning. It's like, deep breath, let's keep it moving. A lot more stuff goes on, leptons, things of that nature, c squared, speed of light squared, yada yada, quarks, this, that, protons, other kinds of craziness. Here we go. Some relativities in here, general relativity, also known as GR. Then he goes, a millionth of a second has passed since the beginning, and you're just like, there's a lot going on. The rapid drop of temperature below a trillion degrees Kelvin. By now, 1 second of time has passed. This is just so funny. 2 minutes have passed since the beginning. Hydrogen, blah, 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 lithium, so on and so forth. There's just so much going on. If you just jump into this, it's like, whoa, there's a lot going on. We're talking about the Big Bang Theory. We're starting off with that. Like, come on, we're starting off pretty heavy duty. And then, like I said before, I don't even think this is a suggestion, but chapter 12, like I said, I really liked because it goes over a lot of information and it provides a lot of clarity at the end of the book. I wish it would have been chapter 1, Reflections on the Cosmic Perspective. If that was chapter 1 or even the preface, I think that would have been really fantastic. That being said, you have to start with the Big Bang, right? You have to. 3 other chapters I liked. Chapter 5, I think, was Dark Matter. Chapter 6 was Dark Energy. And then chapter 7 goes over the entire table of, where are we at? Let me see where the index is, because there's a really clever name for this. So I said chapter 5 again is Dark Matter. This is me stalling to get to the contents. Chapter 7, the cosmos on the table, the periodic table. He goes over the whole periodic table, when certain elements were, I don't want to say invented, when they were discovered, some were invented, why they were named such, and it goes over a lot of detail about fun stuff like that. And like the one thing I got out of it, gallium is really interesting because it has a low melting point. So if you were to touch it, it would liquefy pretty quick. So really interesting stuff in here. the Large Hadron Collider is in here. A lot of going back to history and referencing that as well. So a really fantastic book that I would suggest if you're looking for something to just read and to kind of one up on. It's fun. It's really, really fun. The cover is cool too. My dog is snoring. She's on another planet right now, for lack of a better joke. I'm gonna get rid of this, this paper portion and just hold the book like this, because it's tough to do that. But again, really, really good stuff. Exoplanet Earth is a good chapter. We talk about like zooming out. You wouldn't be able to see the pyramids of Giza. You wouldn't be able to see the Great Wall of China, and really provides a lot of perspective. And I think that duality of perspective, or the dichotomy of what Neil deGrasse Tyson observes as like, oh, you might think you're really small, but the elements inside of you are the same elements that are in the universe. So therefore, you are part of the universe, and therefore, the universe is part of you. So you're actually really, really important, really big. I like that perspective. It is quaint, to say the least. So, good book. I would suggest it. I didn't know underneath that there's just blue nothingness going on. And then this looks like a cool book from the side because it has on the spine the title. I also did not know that Neil deGrasse Tyson, if you go on YouTube, will read this entire book to you. I wish I would have known that before I started. I would have read along. I still would have read it because I enjoyed reading the book and seeing the words and learning new words and how they're spelled, especially when it involves chemicals and things of that nature, minerals, things of the sort, different planets, and naming asteroids after yourself or after other people. So I wish I would have known that. But I might do a read along later. And if you wanted to not actually get the book, I would suggest you get the book because it's a cool book. You can just listen to him and his sweet, sweet, sultry, smooth voice talk to you about it and read it to you. So there we go, Astrophysics for people in a hurry. I really like I kept thinking about this joke that I heard a long time ago while I was reading this, and one person asked a baker, hey, how do you make your apple pie from scratch? I would like to make my own apple pie. How do you make yours from scratch? And the baker goes, first, you must create the universe. So there is my dry humor for the day. Ciao.